special for you this morning on KRIM's Community Spotlight. As a matter of fact, all right, so much for those. We got some good stuff going on. First of all, this weekend, the Payson Fiddle and Acoustic Celebration and State Fiddle Championship is taking place in Payson. This gets underway tomorrow evening with a free concert out at Green Valley Park. And to tell us a little bit more, share with us a little bit about what's going on here this weekend, our local folks, 6 Gallon Hat, representing the Arizona Old Time Fiddlers Association, with us this morning. And first of all, it's always fun to have you all in the studio here. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8. There's a bunch, and this is not a large room. So if you want to actually see how cramped it is, you can tune in on KRIM FM's Facebook page, and not only see that, but see what I'm going to do to these headphones next. But at any rate, first of all, tell us a little bit about what all's going on this weekend. Are you going to be out there performing as well?
Yeah, we're going to be out there as a band, because Saturday night they're going to have all the kind of fun shows. They're going to have the Trick and Fancy Fiddle, the Hot Bow, and you're going to get to see some really good fiddlers then. Nice. And then band competitions.
So this is, 6 Gallon Hat. You've got mandolin, you got guitars, you got fiddles, you've got banjos, you've got string bass. I mean, you got a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. And actually, there's going to be a lot of those kind of things out there as well, right? Mm-hmm. It's not all just fiddle.
Well, I would say actually most of that is you're going to see in the band competition. Right. Although you'll have guitars accompanying the fiddlers. Right. The fiddlers are, well, that sounds weird.
Yeah, got it taken care of.
The fiddles are going to play Saturday morning, and Sunday's the championship rounds.
And lots of opportunity to jam, some little private circles.
Yeah, people will be jamming.
And that's one of the fun things too. You know, for the people that are coming to compete, the town of Payson is making dry camping available for them out at the multi-event center. And I know that in the past years, it's always been interesting, even after hours, the different little breakout jam sessions that take place. It's just a bunch of fun. Uh-huh. And we got people of all ages. I mean, there's some real young ones, and right. Then there are some that are more
not as young.
Yeah, non-young challenge. That's much better word than I was thinking. So it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. It goes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now things again get underway Friday night with a concert. The Bee Eaters, featuring the Arizona Wildflowers, are going to be performing. It's a brother and sister duo, Tristan and Tashina Claridge. They're going to be joined by hammer dulcimer wizard Simon Krisman, and together they weave a tapestry of sound all their own, drawing on roots in bluegrass, Celtic jazz, Baroque, and old-time folk music traditions. So that's an interesting, all the way from bluegrass, Celtic, and jazz to Baroque. There's not a whole lot in between there.
Yeah, and this is not a concert you want to miss, because Tristan Claridge and Tashina, right, Kate?
Yeah, Tristan's a five-time
national champion fiddler.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited to be able to go and listen to him, and they're going to be judging as well.
Very interesting. And hammer and dulcimer, I looked up some of their stuff online, just to check it out, and the guy on the dulcimer is quite talented.
Yeah.
And can go into a number of different genres. I've never heard the dulcimer played quite like he does it.
I don't know if you've ever tried to play a dulcimer, but we have one, and it's not easy. So
I've always thought that would be an interesting thing to try. Probably not around anyone else.
Yeah, well, and it takes a while to tune. It's a lot of strings.
Yeah. Interesting. And then you get out in the humidity and the heat and stuff like that, and all of a sudden it's out of tune again.
Fun.
Yeah. It'll expand your vocabulary. At any rate, this is all taking place this weekend out at Green Valley Park, and the idea would be to bring a chair out there. Admission is absolutely free. Bring a chair. They're even going to have some big shade tents out there in place, so you don't have to worry about sitting out and baking in the sun. They'll have shade for you. And my favorite part, they're going to have some food vendors out there as well, and it'll be fun for the whole family. So we'll talk more about what's coming up on Saturday and Sunday in a minute, but it's always fun to get the folks in here to perform a little bit. What do you got lined up for us this morning?
We've got the Crawdad song, which is a lot of fun, and I don't know, sing along maybe.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, make sure you get nice and close.
Hum a few bars and I'll fake it, right?
Yay.
All right, let's hear it.
And 1, 2, 1, 2.
Payson Fiddle and Acoustic Celebration and State Fiddle Championship going on this weekend. And again, it's going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Things kick off tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, again with that free concert out at Green Valley Park. But the Bee Eaters and the Arizona Wildflowers there are just going to blow your mind with some great music. But on Saturday is when the contest actually begins. And again, this is all out at Green Valley Park this weekend. It gets underway at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And the divisions will go in order. The exact times, kind of difficult to guarantee depending on how many people enter and all that kind of stuff. But we'll have the introductions and the national anthems starting right at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then they'll start off right after that with the small fry division. That's for kids ages 9 and under. And do we have any idea how many kids are entered so far to compete this year?
I think typically it's from around 10
we usually
each
have
division, something like that.
I don't know if we have that many small fry. I'd say there's going to be half dozen probably at
Still,
least.
that's going to be interesting.
But we do
They're
have
adorable.
some local Payson kids.
Yeah, there's a local family, actually a couple of them, and we jam every Sunday most of the time, and so we've been raising up kind of a small crop of fiddlers. So you'll see some extra kids out there this year.
Gotta love it. And after the small fry division for ages 9 and under, then they go to the junior division. That's ages 10 to 12. The junior division ages 13 to 17. The young adult division ages 18 to 39. The senior division ages 65 and plus. So what about the people between 39 and 65?
They get to go last.
Oh, that's in the adult division, the very last one. I just hadn't gone down the...
That's just a
Tell
fun
them why.
little tradition. I don't know. I think it's because the mature
senior
fiddlers, they don't want them to get tired. I don't know. It's
So
just
they
an old
don't wanna go
tradition.
last. They don't
Yeah.
want to go last.
You're doing pretty good with political correctness. You're gonna run for office or something.
Now, Randy, are you going to be there?
I will be there. I will be your MC for the entire weekend.
You need any pointers? Be
And
nervous.
no, I've done a few of these.
Yeah, I figured.
But nothing else. We'll just make it up as we go along. I'm actually very anxious to be a part of this. I've been to the Fiddle Festival many times over the years, and this is the 50,000th year or something like that.
51,000.
51,
Right? Yeah.
51 years. This has been going on every year in Payson, and this aside from again the Payson Fiddle and Acoustic Celebration, it's also the State Fiddle Championship. So the and I believe the finals on that come up on Sunday, but that's where the Arizona State Champion Fiddler is going to be named, right?
Right, and that's the person that qualifies to go on to Weezer. Caitlin, they take the top from every division though too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And they go on to where?
Weezer, Idaho is the national championships. They hold them. I think it's June.
No idea how the town got its name?
Mm-mm.
Bunch of asthmatics
I bet
or
you could.
something?
I bet you could come up with something. Well, apparently Stickville's a little bit south.
Yes, went a little south on that one. Now, also on Saturday, they're going to have afternoon workshops. And now, when it comes to the workshops, is this an educational opportunity, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, typically the judges and the special guests, who are actually going to be the same this year, will put on fiddle workshops, or we had the Purple Holes last year, and they did a banjo workshop and a mandolin workshop. So whatever special guests are going to be coming, just kind of share their talent.
And as a banjo player, did you get any pointers last year?
I did. She said, "Don't play too loud when people are singing."
Well,
That's kind of typical for me.
It's hard to hear the balance when you're busy singing and playing and everything. But that's interesting.
Yeah, no, she gave me a lot of good pointers. It was pretty fun.
All right, so the afternoon workshops on Saturday go from 3 until 5, and is that going to be just kind of informal breakout sessions, or how are they actually doing
The
that?
workshops it's an official
Organized.
time. Yeah, they organize.
Yeah, it was organized last year, and I think they charged just at their discretion, whatever they decided their time was worth.
Probably 10 or 15.
And I imagine some people either go and rest or go and jam.
Right.
Yeah, whoever's not.
Yeah, and really about the jamming, whether at Green Valley Park or at the rodeo grounds next to the campers, I mean, it can go really, really late into the night. So even if you think you missed it, just go over to the rodeo grounds at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and they're still playing.
Yeah, I think we
Sunday afternoon.
might just haul our camper down there just so we can stay up late and not have to drive home.
Well, actually, I had struck a deal with the town of Payson when they asked me to MC this to take my motorhome out there, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm actually going to drive back and forth to Tano Basin, but I'll be
Aw.
missing out on the fun.
Yeah, come over Sunday afternoon
There you
because the contest doesn't go late on Sunday and we should be jamming all afternoon.
My challenge is I'm used to getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so
Yeah.
by about 7:30 at night, I become profoundly boring. Much more
Well, I don't get up that early, and I'm boring about 8:30.
There you go. Now, the afternoon workshops on Saturday go on from 3 until 5. And then the evening fiddle festivities begin at 5, again at Green Valley Park. We'll have some announcements to open things up and announce the age division winners. And then they have the trick competition, twin competition, hot bow competition, and band competition. That's all going on Friday night, correct? Now,
Saturday night.
or excuse me, Saturday night. Now, first of all, when it comes to trick competition, what are you doing, like backflips while you perform?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much anything you can think of. People sometimes they'll do a back bend, they'll play it between their knees,
So,
they'll play it while hula hooping.
Truly doing tricks.
Truly doing tricks.
Wow,
Yeah.
that ought to be fun.
Yeah.
And then the twin competition, obviously, must be 2 fiddles playing at the same
Two
time.
fiddles playing with harmony. Yeah.
Hot bow competition.
As fancy as you can play it, and stuff that they don't normally allow in competitions. There's bowing styles and things like that actually got
styles.
outlawed. Because once upon a time they used to judge fiddle contests based on applause. And so when people would do these fancy tricks, it was just hands down they were going to win. So they outlawed it, except for in the trick and fancy and
Oh,
the
wow.
hot bow.
I guess that makes it fair. And then there's also a band competition. Do we know how many bands are going to be competing yet?
We know at least 3.
Wow.
Our band is going to play. We've got some friends from the valley that are going to be forming up a band, and then a family from way down south is going to be coming up.
Very cool.
So maybe more, but at least those 3.
And then, now just real quick, we're going to get back to some music here real quick, but on Sunday, the fun continues starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be a great gospel program performance starting at 9. Then at 10:30, the Grand Championships, round 1 and 2. So I take it then we've kind of whittled things down to just a few of the finalists when it comes to the Fiddle Championship.
Yeah, I think they take the top. Okay, and correct me if I'm
Top
wrong.
3 in
Top
every
3 from every
division.
age division, and the overall
Top 15.
top
I think.
15. So it's still a good amount of fiddlers.
Right.
Yeah.
And how late do you think things will be going on Sunday?
I think they usually go until around 2.
Round 2. Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds good. And also the gospel performance is going to be performed by the Arizona Wildflowers featuring the Bee Eaters. And I'm anxious to meet them and ask them how they came up with that name. But it's just inquiring minds want to know. So now what, you're all going to be competing in the band competition?
That's right.
And anybody breaking off and competing in the fiddle competition?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to have at least 3 fiddlers in the family competing, maybe 4, and then we've paired off with different friends and stuff to encourage them to do the twin fiddle, because that's a lot of fun. So we'll be out there playing all day.
Nice, nice. And if you're watching on Facebook, you're not really seeing our fiddle player. She's
in the
hiding in the corner.
We'll
She's
get her
an
in here at
introvert.
the end.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we going to hear next from y'all?
We are going to play one we're going to compete with on Saturday night, Sawin' on the Strings. It's an old Lewis Compton.
Sawin' on the Strings. All right, sounds good. Now, who did this?
Lewis Compton wrote it back in the 50s.
Oh, great. Okay, let's hear it.
That way. Michael's gonna give you that.
And we liked it so much we added another verse.
That's right.
Ah, cool. Gotta love it.
And a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
It's close. Way back in the mountains, way back when the hills, yeah, you
out. I love it. That's outstanding. Good harmonies.
Thank you.
All right, now you mentioned that you get together with some other folks once a week and jam a little. I'm assuming that you do this more than once a week.
Well, I mean, we practice
As our
more than once a
family.
week as a family. This is kind of what we do in the evenings.
Right.
We really expanded our set list quite a lot during COVID.
Yeah,
bet, yeah.
COVID was kind of good for us. No, once a week on Sundays at Rock of Ages around 1, and you know, we post it on Facebook if there's changes. We have a jam as the Rim Country chapter of the Old Time Fiddlers.
Right.
So
Outstanding.
yeah,
Anybody who has a stringed instrument they want to practice
yeah.
over,
Anybody,
you can come and
any
listen.
acoustic instrument, you're free to come and listen. You're free to come and try things
So I
out.
can bring a harp, a concert harp.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Harmonica?
And I was thinking about the real. Yeah.
No
I
problem.
think it's time for your set.
Wow,
Well,
very interesting.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say, I mean, I know people can't see us unless they're watching on Facebook. I imagine those might be few and far between.
Oh, actually,
Not
you might
really?
be surprised.
Okay, well, we have a new percussionist and member of the family.
I've noticed that. It's
Yeah,
a good little beat
it's
going back.
official.
Raise your
She's
hand,
awesome.
Kate.
So this is Kate.
She plays
And-
the cajon. And
She
also-
can play anything
and
you
the
can hit
tambourine.
or shake, actually.
I was gonna say you got a wooden box you're using as a drum,
It's a beatbox.
a beat box, and then what's the little wooden? I think the technical term is doohickey.
They're spoons.
Wooden spoons.
They're
Wooden
Celtic,
spoons.
more Celtic style.
Yeah, they make a nice
They
sound
do
though.
make a great
Yeah.
sound.
And they're really handy at the salad bar.
Yes.
So
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, Tom.
now I understand you've got something, because we are talking about the Fiddle Festival.
That's
You have
right.
something special that you're going to perform next,
I
right?
do. I'm going to be playing a set, a contest set, and that's a hoedown, a
Okay.
waltz, and a tune of choice.
Okay. Now, and do they give you time constraints? Does that all three of those have to be happening within a certain period of
They
time?
do.
It's typically 4 minutes. They did expand it to 5 minutes this year, and it's okay. We're not having fireworks.
No amplifiers were killed during this recording.
So typically a fiddler just plays their tune straight through, and we'll see if she can keep the audience from clapping in between. I don't know. So it's 5 minutes this year, and she has to play a hoedown, a waltz, and a tune of her choice.
Yes.
Okay. And so
That is not a waltz or a hoedown.
and what is the tune of your choice? And what's the waltz and the hoedown and the tune of your choice? All three.
The hoedown is Blackberry Blossom,
Okay.
and that's a very typical bluegrass tune, but it's just one of my favorites. I really like playing it.
Nice.
And then the waltz I'm going to play is Martin's Waltz, and it's very pretty, and it kind of lends itself to being a classical player, and some of the
Mhm.
stuff fits well with that. And then we've got Going Places.
And your sister mentioned that the transition from one to the next is pretty much instantaneous. And
It is, though I think they're going to let people clap a little in between this year. We're going to try not to frown on it too much as
Right.
we have in the past. So.
Okay, well, let's hear it. And you'll be competing with this set.
I will,
All right.
yes.
Best of luck. I'm looking forward to hearing this.
I'm going to move this so it doesn't fall off.
We're in kind of cramped quarters here, but we're making do. Good enough.
Ooh, my bow's not tight. Haha.
I hate it when that happens.
I've done a contest round with it loose.
Oh, really?
It was awful.
Fun and games.
I
right?
think I got through the hoedown and then was able to tighten it real
Yeah.
quick, but it was interesting. Okay.
All right, have at it. Nice, like it.
The E minor on that is fun. Alright. Martin's Waltz.
Gotta be tough going from the first one to then all into 3/4 time and having to slow it down.
A
And
little bit, yeah.
take a big deep breath between them.
For me, the waltz is the one I relax on.
Ah,
so,
that makes sense.
which is a good thing, because
And
then I
now
gotta get back into speed again.
Oh, this is your song of choice next.
It is.
Okay.
We're going places.
Outstanding, really nice. You know, one of the things that's always intrigued me, I myself play piano, I play guitar a little bit,
Wait, really?
but you got the frets, you know, and with the violin, you move your finger just a little bit off and it's a whole different note.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of muscle memory that goes into
lot,
getting right
yes.
to the right note and all of that.
Yep.
Ah, that's amazing.
And actually, every fiddle is just a tiny bit different, and
Right.
I play several fiddles, and so I don't have to think about it anymore. But you do have to get used to the instrument because it's just a fraction of like,
Wow. Yeah, that's
something off.
I don't know if I could handle that, but I admire what you're doing. It sounded great. And you got a chance to hear what all of these folks have in store for you at the Arizona Old Time Fiddlers Association Pace and Fiddle and Acoustic Celebration and State Fiddle Championship this weekend. We've been hearing this morning from the folks with 6 Gallon Hat enjoying the music, and you'll be able to hear a bunch of them out there. Again, this gets underway tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock out at Green Valley Park, with the Friday night concert featuring the Bee Eaters, actually the Bee Eaters featuring the Arizona Wildflowers, and then Saturday, all day Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning and going well into the evening. There'll be competition performances out there from a lot of different age divisions and types. And then on Sunday, don't forget about the free gospel program performance in the morning, and at 10:30 then the Grand Championship rounds 1 and 2 for the Arizona State Fiddle Championship will be taking place. So a bunch of fun, and it's free. They'll have some food vendors out there, some shade tents for you. Just make sure you bring along a chair to, if you're heading out there, so you have a comfortable place to sit. Otherwise, sit in the grass and kick back, right?
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thanks for having us.
Hey, absolutely. Thank you for coming in. Always a pleasure. And we're going to get you back to more of your favorite music here on KRIM. Have some tunes coming up from Janis Joplin, Honeymoon Suite, Bob Marley, Rod Stewart, and more. But first, a quick look at RIM Country weather.
Now with this morning's
Thank you.
surrounding areas.